On his last birthday, when his dad, Mark, got up to give a toast, he was looking for the next word, or at least that's how it sounded. And he says, you know, it's just the gift of Steve. It stuck with all of us because it truly is. I mean, Steve is, you know, when he walks into the room, it just lights up.
He's one of those people whose presence is always felt. Whether it's him being in a good mood or him being in a bad mood, everyone around him just feels Steve. He just has a very powerful energy and a very powerful presence.
So a lot of people think about things, but they don't really do it. Steve does things.
Not usually the first guy there. He's usually one of the ones that comes in at the very end and is usually running late for everything. But he seems to be, in a lot of ways, the trailblazer, whether it's starting a company or getting involved in our generation in the community.
I was born in the late 70s in the former Soviet Union in Odessa, Ukraine. Prior to about 11 years old, we've never really talked about religion. We never talked about being Jewish. It was sort of kind of a big family secret, and it was on the need-to-know basis. When you're 12 years old and your parents tell you, hey, you're Jewish and we're leaving to another country, it all starts having a completely different meaning. We brought a bunch of paintings, which my dad was selling literally at flea markets, and anything to make ends meet in order to help the family really survive. And so we really relied on Jewish community for everything from, you know, furniture to clothes. I was not your typical visionary at the age of 15, and so I was getting up and getting into a lot of trouble. It was a kind of a tough time for both me and my parents. And so what really changed my life was my dad arranging a trip for me to Israel.
And I think he came back a very different person. So I think he realized a lot of things and kind of like what's important, what's not. My
grandfather, who immigrated from Ukraine with us, and suffered 2 strokes pretty much back to back, and ended up being more or less paralyzed.
So when Steve's grandfather was sick, getting out of the house, going somewhere, that was the light of his day. However, the people that were transporting them, they just didn't care.
We bought 2 ambulances and hired 10 EMTs, and really our focus was this senior geriatric population.
Those experiences really helped drive and shape the way we wanted our patients to be treated.
This loan that I received from Hebrew Free Loan allowed us to buy vehicles, which we really badly needed in order for us to expand, because we had more orders or more transports requests than we knew what to do with.
I mean, I saw a change right away, not only in Steve, but in the organization. Things were going faster, things were running more smooth. Steve was more excited, more ambitious.
Like even when we see each other on the weekends, Steve is always working. So even if he's off, he's not really off.
And this is what's so amazing, just to think about, where it all starts with this, one little gesture, with one little loan, and that gives that bridge and gives us opportunity to expand, and now we get to impact people who impact people.
I love the fact that we're able to recognize that somebody in the community who receives support from us is giving back and giving forward and doing for others, and it's very much a symbol of that community we're trying to build. Steve is also heading our steering committee for the Full Circle Club.
In Full Circle Club, our goal is to recognize and engage past borrowers. It's our responsibility, it's our duty, it's in the Torah, it's in our heart, is to give back to those that helped us. This is why I'm so passionate about this organization.